Hello everyone, it is Pat back this week with an Angel Oracle card reading and message for you for this week starting May 8th, sorry I'm a month behind, going into the 12th, 13th, end of the week, right into Mother's Day. So I want to wish you all out there, all you mothers out there, a very happy Mother's Day a little bit early. I gave myself an early Mother's Day present the other day. This hydrangea flower basket you see behind me, I made myself yesterday. It was a little early Mother's Day gift to myself. It was so beautiful. I love gardening, and I love being, getting my plants in and being out here in the spring. Even though it's a little bit chilly out today, still here in New England, there's a lot of plants that do okay in this cooler weather. And but anyway, so I wanted to share those flowers with you, all of you today. So as usual, I am going to do my reading beginning with the first calling upon the archangels to see what archangel is working with us this week, who we can call upon if we need help, messages, things like that, whose energies would be best for us to work with this week. Oh, I got a lot of wind coming up here. Okay, let's see. So, let me put those in the box so they don't fly away suddenly. And the birds here in the background are very vocal, so you'll probably hear them quite a bit. So we call upon the archangels. Who's working with us this week? Who do we need to work with? Ooh, okay. So the archangel that's come out is this one, Metatron. And it's for indigo and crystal children. And it says, you have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. All right, so this is very interesting that it comes up in the week of Mother's Day with messages about children, okay? And it's about paying some special attention to either your own child or some children in your care who are sensitive to the world energies, maybe some of the behaviors and, things that they're doing right now that may seem unusual or out of the ordinary. They might be coping skills or things that they're developing because of their sensitivity to what's going on, either in their environment, in their immediate environment, or in the world, okay? So it's calling us to pay extra attention to that. There's some really sensitive and aware children out there who may be speaking about things that just seem unusual for children to speak about. And it's important that we listen. And Metatron is an archangel who works with, I guess, what you would call spiritually gifted children. And that's kind of a broad blanket range of calling, of labeling that. But there are a lot of children around who have heightened kind of sensitivities that are spiritual gifts, but aren't completely recognized as that. So in this message in general, he's telling you to pay attention to their sensitivity and to call on him and ask for his help and intervention where in any situation with your children where you're having issues with their sensitivity. Okay, regardless of what they may be sensitive to, whether you understand it or not, whether you think they're spiritually gifted or not, doesn't matter. If you call on Archangel Metatron, he can intervene and help you in those situations. I once helped a woman who's, was having trouble with her child sleeping at night. And we all recollect as children, fearing that boogie monster under the bed or who's in the closet. But, in a very real way, having understanding now the psychic sensitivity that a lot of us have, children are very open and they do sense other presences in the room. They can sense angels, but they can also sense unsavory spirits too, and it does scare them. So you can call on Archangel Metatron, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Michael, to help them with any issues that they're having that way. The importance of this message is really not to blow it off, not to put it off as, they're just, it's normal kid, scared of the dark stuff kind of thing. Pay attention to their sensitivity, okay? He can help you. He's also a writer, so if you're interested in writing for children, about children, or writing children's stories, if there's someone out there who's interested in that, he can help you in that endeavor. So call on Metatron to help with your children's sensitivity. Okay. So, all right. I also felt called to work with this is the Angel Therapy Oracle card deck. And what's interesting about this deck is it has kind of like a therapy tool with each card message for you to do. So, I'm not sure why I felt called to use them today, but I'm kind of going with it. So, let's see what their message is. Dearest God, dearest angels, what are your messages for us for this week? Okay. We've got one that's spilled out. I'm going to see what others come out for us. Ooh. Okay, there's one that's spilled out there. Oh, all right, there's a couple more. So let's see what's going on first. And this is interesting, this card, given that we just got the message from Metatron about paying attention to sensitivity in children, is this one. You're profoundly clairvoyant. And it says, trust what you see in your mind's eye, as well as with your physical sight, for your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. So it may be a week, it sounds like a week, where we might have very vivid dreams, or your children may be having them, and you may be, I know I spoke about children when I held up this card, but you yourself may be, as an adult, you might be an adult now, but you yourself may have been one of these sensitive children. So it's urging you to pay attention to that, okay? And pay attention to your clairvoyance this week. And these are the pictures that you see go across your mind's eye. This is your spiritual eye right here. And so it's the pictures that you see in there, the lucid dreams, the dreams that you have while you're sleeping. So this suggests that, one, it suggests that there's probably an increase in that may be going on right now for you. But two, to also pay attention to it. Even if it's, pay attention to the subtle little things that flash across your mind, because they hold messages for you. I know sometimes when I'm in the process of even just getting myself ready to go out the door, getting to work, and my mind is in that rush. Okay, grab this, grab this, grab that. And I'll get in my car and I'll start to head out, and all of a sudden, just before I get out of the entrance of my community, something will flash across my mind. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that. And it's, but I've learned over the years to pay attention to stuff like that. And this is calling you to pay attention to yours. Okay? That's the beginning message of the week. The other cards that came out is, well, there's two that came out in the middle, and there's one that says Twin Flame and Be Willing to Forgive. Okay? So it says, the answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. And these two, I feel, they kind of go together. Be willing to forgive. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. So it has to do with the fact that you may be, some of you out there may be wanting a new partner, romantic partner, to come in that's more in alignment with where, with where you're growing or what you want to grow into. Maybe you're looking for somebody more spiritually based, someone more grounded. But it takes, and this is a tough one for me to have learned myself, it takes being willing to forgive the painful situation from the past. Not always an easy thing to do. I sympathize with you on that one. I do have a page that I've set up on Facebook called Forgiveness is an Act of Power. And, I'll make a post today to it, with help with this situation. But, so this is around the middle of the week. It's about clearing out so you can allow the new to enter. In the same way that, when it's the springtime, you might go to clean out your garage or clean out a closet to help create space for the new things that you want to enter. Okay? And I know I've been reminded in my own daily spiritual reading and meditating that if you want to move on from something that doesn't feel right to you, you have to start by forgiving it and blessing it with love. That was something I learned from Louise Hay. She's like, if you want to find a new job or get out of what you're currently in, she's like, start by blessing what you currently have with love. And then ask for the opportunity or be open to something different or a new opportunity coming along. So there's some work going on here, some inner work going on in the middle of the week. You may not have liked what happened in a prior relationship, and maybe you were justified in moving away from it. Maybe you were justified in your feelings. But in order for something new to come in, and usually by doing this is what happens. The new one comes in. And there's all sorts of, different meanings around twin flames. In this card, it indicates a spiritually based romantic relationship or a romantic relationship of some kind. You may be about to meet a new partner, or you may be, you and your current partner, maybe taking things to another level of intimacy or something like that, okay? The last card that came out for us this week is this visualize success, okay? And it says, see yourself doing well in this situation and have faith in a positive outcome. Now, the first phrase that immediately comes to mind when I saw this card is that there may be some of you out there who maybe you've gotten an idea to do something new, or you have a project or a presentation or something like that going on at work, and you might be a little bit nervous. And I remember something that my teacher, Doreen, who's the maker of these cards, said, which was, if you get nervous, focus on service. Focus on serving who it is you're going to be in front of or dealing with, and visualize a successful outcome. Okay? Instead of putting your time and energy into the worrying, into the fear, that doesn't mean you don't acknowledge that it's there, but instead of putting your time and energy into that worry, instead shift it over, well, what would it look like if it was a complete success? What would it look like if this was something that was very fulfilling to me and worked out great? And again, by focusing on service, you can get to that place. You can get out of the nervous energy of things, okay? So there's a lot of good positive change coming about this week. And, Metatron's overseeing it with his message of, paying attention to your sensitivity. He's there to help. And sometimes as we go through, as we learn the lessons or as the issues of these cards come up for each one of us, what we're really dealing with is the inner sensitive child. Okay? I mentioned that before I got into the cards, that sometimes the adult in us, might be an adult now, but we were that sensitive child, and that sensitive child is still there. And that's part of the reason some of these issues are coming up for us. So pay attention to them, address them, deal with them lovingly. If you do recognize and become aware that they are issues that you had as your inner child or the sensitive child within you, address it with the love that you would give to a child of your own. And that same kind of gentleness. So anyways, those are our messages for this week. I look forward to speaking with you again soon. I hope you have a wonderful week, a wonderful Mother's Day, and take care, everyone. Much love and blessings to you.